The Gesta Hungarorum, English, Deeds of the Hungarians, is a medieval chronicle written around 1200 to 1230 by an anonymous author, often called Anonymous. It describes the Hungarian conquest of the Carpathian Basin, late 9th, early 10th century, the origins of the Magyar tribes, and their battles against local rulers. Though rich in legend and national mythology, it is a debated source for early Hungarian history. The Romanians claim that this Hungarian text already mentions them as the Vlach people in the region, thus proving that they ruled Transylvania before the Hungarians. This is simply not true. The Gesta Hungarorum never mentions Vlachs anywhere. It writes about blacks. With a B, the Romanians change this to a V and say, look, the Hungarians are writing about us. When the Hungarians arrived, Transylvania was not completely uninhabited. A few Avars, Slavs, and Proto-Romanians lived there, but the latter were very few in number, living as shepherds in the mountains. Southern Transylvania was so uninhabited that the Hungarian king settled Germans in the region. The first written mention of Romanians in Hungarian sources dates back to the 1200s, in connection with an arson case in which the king considered that this small, troublesome settlement should be relocated, which again suggests that their numbers were small. The Romanians began to migrate continuously into the region in caravans as migrants in the 13th century, in the ethnic vacuum that followed the Mongol invasion and genocide in the region. Hungary was attractive to Romanian immigrants for several reasons. In 13th to 14th century Hungary, serfs already enjoyed certain legal protections against landlords, while in Wallachia, peasants, mostly Vlach Romanian communities, suffered in a harsher state between slavery and serfdom, with stronger dependence on boyars. By the way, the Romanian region was one of the last in Europe where slavery was abolished in 1855. The Romani and Tatars were used as slaves. There were no Romanians in the cities of Hermannstadt, Kolozsvár, and Brașov in the 12th century. In 1800, 90% of the population of Hermannstadt was German. By 1920, this had fallen to 55%, and today it is 1% due to Romanian migration and population replacement. Such a radical population change could not have happened without massive and continuous migration. Centuries of war and continuous Romanian immigration completely transformed the ethnic composition of the region, so that by the 1800s, Romanians had become the majority in Transylvania. Romanians often claim that Hungarians are Mongolian migrants, and that they, as descendants of the Romans, have been in Transylvania since the time of the Dacians. The Hungarians, like the Mongols, are indeed originally Asian steppe peoples, but they are not Mongols. Calling Hungarians Mongols is as uneducated as calling Iranians Arabs or Ukrainians Russians. But today you can still find Aromanians in Albania, the ancestors of Romanians, who migrated north from the Balkans in the 5th to 10th century, which is why the Romanian language is related to Albanian. They Latinized their language themselves in the 19th century. Before that, they wrote in Cyrillic script, like the Bulgarians. And according to genome studies, Romanians have the most Slavic genes in the region after Croatians.